In March 2025, the Medal of Honor Museum opened in Arlington, Texas, joining the ranks of what I believe are America's most hallowed places. Watch this video to learn more about the Medal of Honor, its recipients, and the museum that commemorates their service. The words you see on screen are from Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, and I thought about these words as I walked through the Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas in October 2025. The Medal of Honor was first created in 1862 during the Civil War to recognize military members who have demonstrated gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of his or her life above and beyond the call of duty. Now, in 2025, we have established a museum to remember and cherish the recipients of the Medal of Honor. To again quote Abraham Lincoln, "It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this." Understand that virtually all members of our armed forces have served with pride and distinction. The Medal of Honor goes far beyond this. It is meant to acknowledge incredible acts of valor, courage, and devotion that exceed what most soldiers, sailors, and airmen are ever called upon to demonstrate. It honors the servicemen and women who rise to that calling with selfless heroism that embodies the very finest of what our military members can provide. How exclusive is the Brotherhood of Medal of Honor recipients? Since 1862, more than 40 million patriots have served in the United States Armed Forces. Of those, fewer than 4,000 have received the Medal of Honor. Today, only 61 Medal of Honor recipients remain in living testament to the greatest virtues our military members, or any American, can demonstrate. Let's take a walk through the museum so you can experience what it has to offer. The Medal of Honor Museum is showcased in a modern building just outside the Texas Rangers baseball stadium. The exterior features a large metal slab floating over top to signify the weight of courage and valor, supported by large columns to represent the branches of the military. Inside, a circular wall called the Ring of Valor bears the name of every Medal of Honor recipient. The museum spans the second floor of the building, with hundreds of artifacts, uniform items, documents, and other items to explain where the Medal of Honor came from, who has earned this recognition, and what it means for every American today. The items on display go back to the Civil War and are as modern as Afghanistan, Iraq, and the War on Terrorism. They include a photo of Willie Johnson, an 11-year-old drummer boy chosen to receive the medal by Abraham Lincoln himself. You can view the uniform of Audie Murphy, who received the Medal of Honor for his service in World War II and went on to be an author and movie actor. Or a display about Daniel Inouye, another World War II veteran who later became a U.S. Senator for the state of Hawaii. So many of the recipients are showcased at the museum. I was excited to see this picture of Michael Thornton and Thomas Norris. I had the honor of meeting both of these gentlemen several years ago. When each of them shook my hand and thanked me for my service, it was without a doubt the most humbling moment in my life. The museum features video walls called Moments of Action, featuring an image from famous battles. If you stand before the walls, profiles of the recipients who fought on those battles are displayed on the walls, and a recorded voice tells the story of those recipients. A Huey helicopter sits in the corner of the museum, showcasing a maneuver called the dust-off. This was an incredibly dangerous procedure for landing in the middle of a combat zone and evacuating wounded soldiers during the Vietnam War. Voices of Huey aircraft members can be heard talking about their missions.
But every time that I'm down here with my helicopter to rescue these people, I'm met with the machine gun fire from around the clock. So I came up with a crazy idea. I decided to just skim along the ground with my helicopter, never stopping, and have these wounded people stand up as I went by them real close, and then we would grab them by the wrist and pull them on board while the enemy is still trying to get us. And sure enough, it worked. Believe it or not, I did this 3 different times. 29 people were saved. That was all the wounded that were there. In 2 years, I had the privilege of evacuating 5,589 wounded people. And at times it required some clever thinking.
Huey helicopter pilots and medal recipients Bruce Crandall and Patrick Brady are featured here. In one corner of the museum is a room where you can sit and talk to a medal recipient, or at least a video of him. Some of the recipients have recorded countless hours of answers to any question you can imagine. What's your favorite dessert? Where are you from? What is your memory of the day you received the medal? What does receiving the Medal of Honor mean to you? You ask a question and the system matches up the recipient's answer as best it can. The effect is a personal conversation with a Medal of Honor recipient, and it is truly an amazing experience. What does the Medal of Honor mean to you?
Medal is a symbol. Symbol is from a Greek word meaning half token, which when you join it with the other half represents something above and beyond itself. The American flag, for example, is a symbol. The other half token of the American flag is the Declaration and the Constitution. You burn the flag, you burn our founding documents. The other half token of the medal, courage, sacrifice, patriotism. Courage, the key to success in life. Sacrifice, the key to happiness in life. Patriotism, the key to the future of America. And so we take that medal and use it as a training aid to teach these young people those 3 values. And that museum in Arlington would be dedicated to those values, not all to the heroic actions, so-called. But we want a young man to walk in the front door of that museum, or a young lady. They're going to see heroes, so-called heroes. They're not going to be wearing capes. They're going to be wearing dog tags. And he's going to walk out the back of that museum knowing that he can be a hero and he does not have to go into combat to do it. That's the whole purpose of everything we do.
You can learn more about the Medal of Honor Museum at its website, mohmuseum.org. I encourage you to spend some time on the website before your visit to expand your understanding of what you're about to see. The website has all the basic information as well, including hours of operation, location, guest rules, and links to purchase tickets. Going to the National Medal of Honor Museum is a very personal and individual experience. Each of us takes with us our own observations and feelings from our visit. This isn't a museum to recognize celebrities or famous athletes. The recipients have names and faces you wouldn't recognize. That's because they're your neighbors, someone you worked with, a friend of the family. They're average Americans like you and me, who have stepped forward to act in the worst possible situations for the best and most noble of causes. The Medal of Honor celebrates ordinary Americans and extraordinary actions, and that should make you very proud to be an American. And maybe that's why the Medal of Honor recipients are so important for us. Perhaps they show what any of us are capable of doing when duty calls. At the very least, they embody all that we would hope from ourselves in the worst of circumstances. And the National Medal of Honor Museum in Arlington, Texas, affords us the opportunity to witness all of this and appreciate the very best of what our servicemen and women, and all of us, can be.